Good morning, everyone. I'm Janelle Breeze-Biagioni. I'm really excited to talk to you about June being Brain Injury Awareness Month and the fact that it is coming to a close very soon. And on June 30th, I will be tweeting between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. with the mayor from City of Victoria. Prime Minister Trudeau's parliamentary secretary will be joining us, and it's all about bringing awareness across Canada for those who are living with the devastating outcomes of brain injury. We actually have a crisis in Canada. There are over 1 million individuals living with a brain injury. Many of them need services and supports, and those are not in place. The funding isn't there. We often only have time-specific supports, and yet people with brain injury can do really well if supports are put in place for as long as they need them, and often that is several years. But people can make a comeback. They can recover, they can go back to work, they can become contributing taxpayers again, and that's what they want to do, and that's what I want to see happen for them. So on June 30th, I ask you to tweet for somebody that you know who may be living with a brain injury, tweet for a family that you know who are coping with this, and let's bring awareness across the country that life can be different but good again for people with brain injury. We have a crisis, as I said. Our streets are filled, the homeless. It's been determined that over 70% of those living on the streets have suffered some form of brain injury, and over 53% of those 70% suffered a brain injury and then became homeless after the brain injury. Over 80% of those incarcerated has suffered some form of brain injury, and it's costing us way more money to keep people in prison and on the streets than it would be to put in services and supports across the country. In fact, it costs us $7 billion a year as taxpayers to keep people living on the streets, and if we were to take everyone off the streets, give them permanent housing and services and supports, it would cost Canada less than $5 billion a year. That's an immediate savings of $2 billion to this country, which can be redirected elsewhere to many things that are needed, such as education and other healthcare. So join me on June 30th and let's tweet for brain injury awareness and raise the hopes of people who are living with the devastating outcome and for their families. Prevention is key. We need to keep the gas pedal for sure on prevention and get those numbers down, but let's not forget about the people who have survived and put quality of life services and supports in place for them too. So I look forward to seeing you all on Twitter on June 30th, and feel free to post on Facebook. Go to thehopegenerator.com. I've got 10 tweets there that people are welcome to use, all sorts of hashtags. You can adapt them to your own flair, but by all means, just use them. 10 tweets in 10 minutes is all that I'm asking on June the 30th at 10 a.m. See you all then. Have a great day.